Welcome. Me up all night. Welcome, my dear brothers and sisters. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And I'm very happy to welcome you to this stream. Mhm. Welcome to both of my channels. I'm eating avocado, and let me tell you something. We are reading the scripture, and I want us to finish reading on time. And I'm very excited to read. I really hope you're excited like me. I wish you guys were as excited as me. Any questions? Feel free to be here with me every single night. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. I'm very happy to be here. Any questions? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I'm very happy to be here, and let's continue reading. And I'm just eating my avocado, and you can ask me your questions as we move, and you can ask me your questions if you have any questions, if you have any comments. We are reading the word. I'm just eating avocado so that I can get the strength to continue. If you're new to this channel, don't worry, don't judge me. I love avocado. Avocado is good for you. Oh, it's good for you. Oh. So let's continue. Any questions? This is instead of you just eat avocado. Any questions? This is my favorite snack, avocado. Avocado. Eat as many as possible. Eat as many as possible, and maybe you will be like me. Any questions? I was told that if you eat avocado, you don't even have to apply makeup. Sorry, not makeup. When you eat a lot of avocado, it has natural oils. You don't even need to put on those things you put on. You just eat avocado, and you'll be good. Your skin will be. You're saying, really? Yeah. This is the best fruit in the whole world. The best fruit in the whole world, let me tell you for free. And if you didn't know, it is the avocado. Avocado is the best fruit in the whole world. Any questions up to there? Feel free. Join my channels. That is the Chariots of Fire. And this other channel, my second channel, that is the world of our own. I'm enjoying my avocado before we continue reading the word. Very sweet. And this is the complete food. When Daniel went to see Nebuchadnezzar, while they were eating those things, Daniel said, just bring me avocados. Okay, he said, just bring me. Of course, avocado was part of his. Of course, when Daniel went to see Nebuchadnezzar, Avocado. My favorite food is avocado. Is You like watermelon? I hate watermelon. I like avocado because avocado is you know, is like a food. It's a fruit, but it is like food. All right, it's food. It's not a fruit. It is oil. You know, like, like for example, why avocado is the best fruit is because it can serve as a snack. At the same time, it can serve to give you energy, on the go. Instead of buying fast foods, like instead of eating chips, instead of eating cake, you can eat healthy like avocado, and then you'll have good skin. That is the benefit of eating avocado. For example, I have another fruit here, like this is called the passion fruit. You see, this is passion fruit, okay? But you cannot compare the avocado and the passion fruit because the passion fruit is lacking a lot of things, you know. But the avocado, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the avocado is the perfect meal, you know. Like you see, for example, if you have gone through surgery, or if you have given birth, the best food anyone is advised to regain your body, or to regain something that maybe, for example, you went through a surgery and you're told that instead of eating the best food to eat, in fact, after surgery, because it has so many things, it has fat, it is the complete food. And I can tell you for free, people have asked me, I've just come from this and this, the doctors have told me to eat soft food, which food would you prefer? I usually say avocado. Avocado should be part of your meal, like should be part of your daily 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 should be part of your, you know, because you see, most people would say, oh, take some yogurt, take this, take this, but you see, yogurt is expensive. Why would you take yogurt? Why don't you just take avocado, two or three, you know? Because see, yogurt is expensive. Let us continue reading the word, because whatever you're getting from yogurt, you still get it from avocado. Welcome to this stream. We are streaming both. We are live in both of my channels. Camera One, we are live in Camera One. We are live in World of Our Own. Also live in the Chariots of Fire. You're tired? Yes. You see, let me tell you something. When you eat avocado, when you eat avocado, when you eat good food, you'll be going all night. You'll not be tired. You see, a secret. A secret. Let me share a secret. When you feel your body is getting tired, there's only one explanation. There's only one explanation. You're not eating right. But you see, when you eat right, you'll even be going for 48 hours without feeling tired. You'll even go 10 hours, 20 hours, just moving like a what? Like a energizer bunny. Is it called energizer bunny? Yeah, like an energizer. Yani umejaza energizer. You see, the people, I don't know, I think it's in Kenya where we are always tired. Kenyans are always tired. Always tired, always tired. You are, something small, I'm tired. It means that you need to to start putting good things in your body so that you can stop being tired. I've been here since 12, running both of my channels at the same time. I want them to grow at the same time. That is why now we are boosting. I want us to boost. Yani ile mnaika unaona kama ng'ombe unadunga sindano inapanda. Any questions up to there? Just sasa ng'ombe. Hii ni kama ile ng'ombe unadunga sindano. Is that animal cruelty? in foreign countries, if they know what we do to cattle here, they will say that is animal cruelty. Is that animal cruelty? Is that animal cruelty? I don't know. If you, it's called. You want your bull to to give you other cows. What do? You just take a okay. Let's continue. So I was saying, welcome to this channel, and I'm very happy to be here. So one of the things that I also wanted to talk about is the IPO of. It will be the biggest IPO of 2026, and some of you, I'm sure, maybe have heard of it. Is the IPO of SpaceX. It will be, people will buy shares, and it has a market capitalization of 2.5 trillion shillings. And you see, Elon Musk owns 60% of SpaceX. 60%, 61%. The other percentage is owned by Warren Buffett. These are just two people who own SpaceX. And also, there's also another company that will come later on called Neuralink. I don't know the valuation of Neuralink, but it's a very, very expensive company. It's called Neuralink, sorry. And Elon Musk bought it for close to $500 million. Okay, it's called Neuralink. They're the ones, you see. Let me tell you something. The reason why Elon Musk will become a very rich man is because they're also developing AI. Futuristic technology, and in that process, they will really make a lot of money, like in a robotic system that helps people to make decisions, and that way they'll be able to make a lot of money. You can see here that right now is worth close to 827 billion. And now when SpaceX goes to the Dow and Jones, he'll be worth close to, he'll be the first trillion, make the first $1 trillion. Okay, so here you can see here is the same person who came up with PayPal, the same person who founded the space technology, and I think he's the CEO of AI, XAI. You see now, you can see clearly his chain of thought. He is really, welcome to all this. He's really investing in companies that are futuristic. I call that futuristic investment. I call it futuristic investment, okay? Where he's investing in the future, like where the future is going, all right? He's investing a lot of money in the future, right? So that is, you can see from just SpaceX alone, he will reap a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. So, um, so, so for those who have been asking, what will Elon Musk, what will he gain by, he has been taking um, satellites, rockets. What will he gain? You will see what he will gain, because in the IPO of SpaceX, it will make him, he is going to gain more than $800 billion in the initial public offer. All right? Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm very happy to you can see that all these companies that he has invested in, starting with Tesla, futuristic cars, we're going to SpaceX, things that are futuristic. We go to Neuralink. We go to all these companies have already grabbed the future. What Elon Musk has done, he has grabbed the future. All right. He has invested so much, futuristic. He's very futuristic, such that he is miles ahead. All right. When it comes to technology, when it comes to the internet, he's the biggest provider of internet. That is Starlink. You see, can you see how he's investing? Number one, he has over the space. That is the kind of, like, he's like a monopoly. He has taken over the space. That is through SpaceX. He has taken over internet. That is Starlink. And ladies and gentlemen, our own Safaricom, ladies and gentlemen, our own company Safaricom, is selling 15% of its shareholding. That is close to 205 billion shillings. Safaricom is selling the government is selling its 15%. And can I tell you a secret? Somebody somewhere has already said that 15% that is worth, Safaricom refused Starlink from coming to Africa. All right? So that 15% is up for grabs. And if Elon Musk purchases, and I think, and I believe that 15% will be bought by Elon Musk, because they are saying, and forgive me for saying this, they're saying it's Vodacom that is interested in Safaricom, which is not clear. It's not clear to Kenyans who that 15% is. And that 15%, if you ask me, I'll tell you it's Elon Musk. Because once he comes to Kenya, because now Safaricom had refused through some, they had refused, they did not want competition. Now the government is selling 15% of its shareholding. Before you know it, Starlink, and this is futuristic, Starlink, once it makes a foothold in Kenya, that's it. That's it. And you can take this information and take it elsewhere. Once Starlink comes to Kenya and starts putting its infrastructure in Kenya, that is the end. They'll take over Africa and they will just expand. So from that point onwards, they will control the space, they'll control the internet. The only thing they cannot control is maybe the air we are breathing. But the rest of the things, I think, they're up for grabs. And from my own perspective, you can imagine this man was the head of DOGE, that is the Department of Government Efficiency. He was the head of DOGE. And he quit his job. He was the head of DOGE. And he quit his job. You can imagine he didn't quit his job. At that time, Tesla, people were banning Tesla cars. The Tesla stock had tanked. Nobody was interested in the Tesla stock. Now, as we are speaking now, that is 1 year after, he came out from the administration of Donald Trump. He was the head of Doge. And people say that the 2024 victory was credited to Elon Musk. Do you know that? So for those who are saying who gave Trump the victory, definitely it was Elon Musk, since he was the CEO of Twitter, and all these algorithms, and of course in terms of money, hello, welcome to the channel, in terms of support, infrastructure, advice, and a lot of stuff. This guy offered a lot of money and a lot of support, and mostly technical support, to Donald Trump. So that is why even when he went to China, when Trump went to China, he went with only one man. He went with Elon Musk. So you see that this administration of Donald Trump, we cannot say it's an administration that you can call it. It's not state capture. You cannot call it state capture, but you'll say that one person has really, really overshadowed others when it comes to the investment. And one person has really shown the trajectory. He's actually pulling these guys. No, this is not the way. This is where we need to invest. So you see that, and when they actually see that he has gained a lot of money over the years, they actually believe him. And any questions after that before we continue? And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Welcome to both of my channels. And do you enjoy our channels? Feel free to, one of the things that, even if we cannot create jobs, innovation is the future. Innovation, all right? Technological innovation. And I think that is the way to go. You can see these ideas that are innovative, like any questions? Any questions up to there? And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. And I'm very happy to be here. And you can tell me where you're watching me from. Do you enjoy our streams? If you do enjoy our streams, welcome. So you can see that there's this kind of reasoning, like a chain of thought. Like these are the ways these guys reason, so that they can become wealthy. Any questions after there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Do you enjoy our channels? We are streaming for the first time. We are streaming we are streaming both of them at the same time. And it's amazing, because now we are going to cut the time of reading the scripture. We are going to cut it by half. All right? We're going to cut it by half. We're going to read very quickly. And at the same time, we are going to not waste time. Any questions? We're going to do it quickly and more efficiently. That is the whole idea of doing it, double. We are doubling up. And I hope that for those who are reading the scripture with me, it's such an amazing time. Welcome, Camera One. Welcome to the world of our own. You also, welcome to this channel. So, any questions? So we're back. So I was saying, my dear brothers and sisters, before I went, that the fastest way to grow, if you ask me, the fastest way to grow an economy, if you ask me, would be through innovation. All right, and that is how, this the way of the future. Like, if you look at the kind of investments, or the kind of you know how he invested. You can see he's the one who came up with PayPal. He came up with an app of of you know sending money and receiving money. So he also came up with another company, always being ahead of the curve. And that is welcome also to my other channels, Kamera 2. Welcome to our streams. So that is what I believe. That is what I believe, what has really given him an edge in terms of business, is that he has always been ahead of the curve. And he has been ahead of the curve, or ahead of the herd. And also, one of the things is, he also gained something called the first mover advantage. Once you get the first mover advantage, you move. Like we see when he developed, uh, SpaceX. He took the space, and when he took space, he took over internet. You know, through SpaceX. Let's continue. Any questions up to that? Feel free to be part and parcel of my streams. And I know you guys are tired, but also let me tell you something. The reason why we're streaming in this channel and this channel at the same time is because, ladies and gentlemen, we also developed in terms of technologically wise. All right, we developed. That is why we're able to do this. I know some people are tired. They say, I'm tired. I'm getting tired, man. I'm so tired. But you see, uh, for us to do something that people don't do, we have to go extreme. We have to be extreme. We have to be workaholics. Any questions up to there? We have to be workaholics. Any questions up to there? If you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I know guys are very tired. This week we are really pushing. We will be pushing this week. We are really pushing, but I want both of the channels to grow. That is why I want us to push until something happens. Any questions? I want while this is growing, also this one is growing. I wouldn't want any channel to be left behind. All right. Any questions? Any questions up to there? Feel free to be part and parcel of our streams. Any questions? Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? Welcome to both of my channels. So let's continue reading. And I was just talking about Elon Musk. I was talking about Starlink and the IPO of SpaceX and how it will change the market in the next. It's the most, in fact, it's the most interesting thing today. Everybody is interested in that IPO of SpaceX. Can I surprise you? 23 investment banks are doing the underwriting of the IPO. How much money are we talking about? We are talking about close to $2.5 trillion. Everybody is in it. So you can see that everybody, for those who are in the loop, somebody can really make a lot of money. And mostly those with insider information. So this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest event of 2026, other than the war in Iran. So that is the biggest good news happening. So you see that this IPO is something that is going to change. Welcome camera 2 to the channel. So this IPO of SpaceX is going to change a lot of things. It's going to boost the market in levels that have never been seen before, because for the first time, if it goes through, you can imagine 23 banks are doing the IPO. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We are talking about a lot of money. And so many people, so many bankers are willing to, there's a lot of money being moved. All right. And that will make, Elon Musk the first trillionaire. And, and also that is the same chain will happen with Tesla. The same chain will come when it comes to Neuralink and many other companies. So you see that what I'm trying to say before we continue is that this person consistently invested in companies that are futuristic, companies that they're not interested in the now. They're not investing in the now. They're investing in tomorrow. They're investing in the near foreseeable future. So the more we try to catch up with Elon Musk, the richer he becomes. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say this. When they came up with cars that are electric cars, so any changes in the oil industry just makes him richer. Any changes. So whatever that is happening in Iran, everybody will run towards electric cars, which will make him rich. Same thing. You can see right now his worth is close to 800. Is it 800 and what? Any questions up to there? Any questions up to there? And you see, one of the funny thing about his worth, let me just give you a small, of his net worth. Any questions up to there? He owns 12% of Tesla. He owns X, and he merged now that company, that is Twitter, is now worth $113 billion. So this guy is really doubling up or tripling up a company. When he goes in, he brings the stock, he changes their fortunes. Any questions? Let's continue reading. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. Any questions? Any questions up to there? Let us continue. We are reading from Jeremiah 7. This is the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Stand at the gate of the Lord's house and there proclaim this message. Hear the word of the Lord, all you people of Judah who come through these gates to worship the Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Reform your ways and your actions, and I will let you live in this place. Do not trust in the deceptive words and say, this is the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord, the temple of the Lord. If you really change your ways and your actions and deal with each other justly, if you do not oppress the foreigner, the fatherless, or the widow, and do not shed innocent blood in this place, and if you do not follow other gods to your own harm, then I'll let you live in this place, in the land I gave to your ancestors forever and ever. But look, if you're trusting in deceptive words that are worthless. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment. Today we'll continue reading the word, and tell me where you're watching me from. If you're new to this, any questions? Any questions up to there? Any questions? Do you enjoy our channels? Let's continue moving. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions up to there? Let us continue reading. Are you guys tired? Just about to finish. Let us continue reading. Welcome to the world of our own. Welcome to yeah. Any questions? Do you enjoy our streams? Did you enjoy our streams? Do you enjoy our streams? Let us continue reading. Are you tired? Let us continue reading. Any questions? Let us continue reading. Tell me where you're watching me from. Let's continue. We are now at 660 subscribers. Help us to grow. Help this channel to grow. All right. Yes, I want you guys to help this channel to grow. All right. of this channel to grow so that we can get to where we want to go. Welcome to both of my channels. Let us continue reading. Any questions? Any questions up to there? Any questions? We are here both channels. Any questions? Yes, welcome to this channel. Let us continue reading. Did you subscribe? Welcome to both of my channels. That is, welcome to the Chariots of Fire. That is camera 2. Welcome to camera 1. That is, that is, um, the world of our own. We're still reading, and I hope that you are also excited about, what we are doing. Okay, tired, but I hope that that will continue. Any questions? I'm getting a bit tired. I've been here reading. Wow. So you mean reading makes people tired? Of course, reading makes people tired because your brain is engaged. Your brain. Will you steal and murder and commit adultery and perjury, burn incense to Baal, and follow other gods you have not known, and then come and stand before me in this house which bears my name and say, we are safe? Safe to do all these detestable things. Has this house which bears my name become a den of robbers to you? But I've been watching, declares the Lord. Go now to the place in Shiloh where I first made a dwelling for my name, and see what I did to it because of the wickedness of my people Israel. While you were doing all these things, declares the Lord, I spoke to you again and again, but you did not listen. I called you, but you did not answer. Therefore, what I did to Shiloh, I will now do to the house that bears my name. That is now the story that Nebuchadnezzar was to destroy the temple. All right, Nebuchadnezzar, now they were told that that temple will be rubble. Remember when God appeared to Solomon, he told him, even when first Solomon built the temple and he dedicated it to the Lord appeared to him at night and told him, yes, I'll now dwell here. But if people now, if they start chasing other gods, I will reduce this to a rubble. You know, already God told Solomon, and if he had promised Solomon, God promised Solomon that if people, turn against him, he would destroy that temple and he would reduce it to rubble until people will ask, why did the Lord did this? Why did he do this? And that was the same words. Why did the Lord do this? Those words, uh, yes, yet even in those days declares the Lord, I will not destroy you completely. And when people ask, why has the Lord our God done all this to us? Already he had promised them that if they start, if they engage in idolatry or they engage in other detestable things, you know, the Lord will destroy that temple. All right? If they engage in other things. Of course they did. And when Nebuchadnezzar came the third time to Jerusalem after he had killed Joachim, no, he had actually gouged his eyes, you know, and he dealt with Zedekiah. He also gouged his eyes, and he killed all his children in front of them. So Nebuchadnezzar did all this, and the last time he bared, he took all the gold, including the ones that was on the wall. And the Bible says, you know, when he burned the temple, because Solomon used a lot of gold in the building of that temple. It says that gold was the fire was so hot that gold was dripping on the road. The fire at that time was very hot, that gold was dripping from that temple. And you see, it was a very, very bad scene, because those who were working as priests in that temple, when Nebuchadnezzar destroyed it with fire, they committed suicide. They jumped into the fire. When Nebuchadnezzar, when his soldiers, when they could not live with that realization that Nebuchadnezzar, burned the temple. They threw themselves into the fire and burned with it. Those priests who were serving at that time. And that is now the story. Now from that is when the story of Daniel, also came, etc., etc. From there, Nebuchadnezzar, died, and a new king came, and the new king was called Belshazzar. And it was Belshazzar who, during a party, he ordered for those cups that were taken by grandfather Nebuchadnezzar to be brought to his guests while they were partying and drinking. And you see, let me tell you something. That's the funny stuff. Uh, Solomon, and let me say this before we continue. Solomon did a lot of things that were considered abominations. But the things he did for God also, they were considered sacred. Because those golden cups that Solomon, when he was a young man, Solomon, the golden cups, the golden trays, the golden lampstands, those lampstands, those golden forks, God took them seriously. Such that when Belshazzar decided to use those golden cups that were made by Solomon. Solomon, even if he worshipped other gods, and through the other women, other foreign women, and was also worshipped pagan gods like Molech, and he built a huge shrine east of Jerusalem to honor Molech and Ashtoreth. But the golden cups that he built were very sacred, such that when Belshazzar used them to drink wine, a hand came and wrote on the wall. That led to that saying, the writing on the wall. I don't know where it came from, but I think it came from Belshazzar, because the writing was on the wall, like mene mene tekel, mene mene tekel. So when Belshazzar was having a party with his friends, and they were drinking and dancing while using the golden cups of Solomon, while they were drinking and dancing and enjoying and saying that life is good, using the cups of Solomon, a writing, a hand came and wrote on the wall and told Belshazzar. It passed judgment on Belshazzar in foreign language, not even in that language that he was used to, such that all the wise men at that time were not able to know, or were not able to decipher what was written at that time. They were not able to say that this is what the writing means. So they had to look for Daniel. Again, Daniel came and told them the meaning of mene mene tekel. And so that's a story, because even if, that's the funniest part, even if these golden cups were taken from Jerusalem, from the temple of Jerusalem, and they were taken to Babylon, but the significance, it cut something. Those, yes, you know, uh, Nebuchadnezzar carried them. Nebuchadnezzar carried them, you know. But some people even say the fact that he carried them, those golden cups, in fact, one of the things that explains why, as he was, if you read, he saw a dream. He was a huge tree, and that tree, a voice came and said, cut the tree. I think, and all the birds were relying on the tree. One of these theological scholars claim that one of the reasons that caused madness, one of the things that made this man to become a madman, to go and eat grass for 7 years, like a mad animal, like a crazy animal. Some people claim, but I don't know, it's just people claiming, it's because he took those sacred cups from the temple in Jerusalem and took them to Babylon. And he paid for it. He paid for it. Some claim it was those spells that were cast, that was, those spells that Solomon used. Solomon also, in one way or another, practiced sorcery. But it's true, as much as people say that Solomon was a great man. No, yes, he was. He built the first temple. He did a lot of great things, but also at the same time, he lived a double life. He was diabolical in nature, because the Bible says that God gave Solomon as so much wisdom, as innumerable and immeasurable as the sands of the sea. So you can imagine that this man knew a lot of stuff, knew how to do stuff, knew answers that people never knew. He had gold shipped from Ophir and timber from Hiram of Tyre, from Lebanon. He built his house, He built the first temple for 7 years, building the first temple for 7 years. And the irony is he built his house for 14 years, And for your information, Solomon used 184,000 laborers in the building of the first temple. He used 14 years to build his house, the forest of Lebanon. So you can imagine the kind of things that he was doing, and he took a lot of time. The Bible says that not even the sound of a chisel was heard. A sound of a chisel. There was no sound when, let me tell you something. You can imagine that there was no sound. Like, you see this sound? That is the sound of knocking. Like the way when you hammer, chisel, there was no sound when they were building the temple. You can imagine. Some claim that he enchanted, okay, I'll not go there, but it's true. Because you can see that you cannot build a house without noise. Because if you read the word, and if you want me to read it for you, there was no noise. So people are asking, were these people able to carry those huge blocks of rock from one area to another? How were they able to do that? You see, it's like you ask somebody, then this is such a huge piece of work. How were you able to do it? Remember, this was a man who wrote the book, The Bigger Key of Solomon and the Lesser Key of Solomon. These were books about demonology. And Solomon, since he was the author of that book, those books of demonology, he was able to know how to enslave some of these demons to carry the huge stones to take them to the site that was where the first temple was. So if you do your research, and I want you to do your research, that's why I want us to have a firm grip of the word. If you do your research, because most people really don't want to do their research, like, how did Solomon do this? Like, how did he do this? That's the question that people need to know. Like, how did he do this? Then you'll be able to understand that, for example, when the Queen of Sheba went to visit Solomon, there's something that he did. He invoked Ifrit to carry the throne of the Queen of Sheba from Ethiopia to Jerusalem. So when the Queen of Sheba arrived in Jerusalem, she was surprised to find her throne there. And how did that happen? She was like, how did this happen? He said, you know what? I'm way too good. So of course, if you realize, if you do your research, you realize that this man knew a lot of stuff, that was scary. He knew a lot of scary stuff. But that is why I'm saying, that's why I want you to think about it, because just think about it. This is a man who is drinking from the cups of Solomon. 400 years later, they were just silent there. But when he took the cups to drink alcohol with them, the cups started talking. The writing on the wall. Do you understand something in it? Like, yes, this was a man who was, in fact, Solomon was the one who made Israel to be divided. He divided Israel. The 10 tribes went to Jeroboam, and only 2 tribes went to Rehoboam. So people say that it was actually Solomon. His disobedience, number one, his disobedience. Number two, his presumptuous nature. He knew the law, but he knew the law. He wrote the law, but he went against the law knowingly. That made him a dangerous man. Are we together? It's like you know the law, very well, but you still break it because, hey, judgment will not come soon. That's the kind of stuff, because I can get around the law. I'm the one who wrote the law. So that is exactly, what made him a dangerous man, and what made him, a very special individual in the scripture, because it was only Solomon who, during his time, there was no war. There's no other king who, Solomon never went to war. In fact, it was only his father David who went to war. So Solomon never went to war. The only 2 kings who had peace. Number 1, Solomon. The second king who had peace was Asa. Asa had peace. For 38 years, he never went to war. And even if he went to war, it wasn't a big story. Like David used to go to war all the time. But Asa never went to war. The only thing that killed him was an infection in his leg. We have cleared the 1-hour mark. Any other question? Do you want us to continue? Do you want us to stop there? We can do this all night. We can do this all night. I enjoy reading, so we can do this all night. We can stay here all night reading and analyzing the script. That's why when you hear me saying stuff and you say, is that in the scripture? It's because we have really done we have gone very deep into the word. And I can tell you stuff that you'll be very surprised. How did you know this? Or how did you get to know this? Any questions? Do you want us to continue? Thank you for those who did subscribe. And yeah, it's 6 a.m. Kenyan time. We should do another 30 minutes before we go. We should do another 30 minutes. Any questions? Up to there. Should we start another stream? Should we start another stream, or if we do continue with this stream, should we sustain this stream up to 7? It's up to you guys. Subscribe to both of my channels, and from today onwards, we'll be streaming both of them at the same time, okay? So that we can have any questions? Any questions? Any questions up to there? And that is exactly why, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to, let me see if we can do this. Yes, we can continue. The only break we'll have here is when I go to relieve myself. Any questions? Any questions? The only thing that will take me out of here is when I go to relieve myself. Any questions? You can ask me your questions while I'm here. Welcome to Camera 1. Camera 1 is the world of our own. Welcome to Camera 2. 2 is the Chariots of Fire. So if you're new to this channel, tell me where you're watching me from. I'll be very happy to see you. All right, let's take a break. Oof.